Lap traffic between him and Roderick. You see Roderick have to back off just...
Thank you, Mike. Always a great job. Now, please remain standing with your hats removed for our nation's #1 song from Hillcrest Baptist. Here's Kate Armstrong.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Great job, Kate. All righty, is everybody ready for the 55th annual Snowball Derby? Let's get it underway. Snowball Derby champion and Miss Snowball Derby for the entire next year from Saraland, Kaylee Jordan with the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engine!
On behalf of the Bryant family and Bryant Motorsports, welcome to Five Flag Speedway. Welcome to Pensacola, Florida. Welcome to night #1, green flag #1 of the 55th annual Snowball Derby. Alongside Bill Roth, I am Robbie Harvey. We will bring you lap-to-lap coverage of tonight's 3 feature races. At Five Flag Speedway, we begin first with the Zoom Equipment Pro Truck Division. What a night of qualifying we have had thus far. What a night of racing we have got planned for you. Some surprises already. Alan Carter, one of those, sitting on the pole for tonight's races. Knocking off drivers like Casey Roderick, J.J. Day, Seth Christensen. Alan Carter will have the advantage of clean air when they head into turns 1 and 2. As the field rolls off the front straightaway. The Alan Turner Hyundai takes the field to the back stretch. This is going to be a good one, fans. For those of you new to Five Flag Speedway, this is a stout field of drivers from the southeast.
And Mexico.
And Mexico that have gathered for tonight's 50-lap feature at the Snowball Derby. Alan Carter is going to lead the way. He's got Seth Christensen will start right next to him in that red and black number 45 machine. Casey Roderick, remember, in that 79 machine last year finished first, but did not make it out of the tech shed, therefore resulting in a disqualification. Can Casey Roderick find his way back to victory lane here tonight?
The visiting superstar trying to get some redemption this year from that DQ last year. Casey Roderick starts inside of the second row. These trucks usually race 30, 35 laps. Snowball Derby, 50 laps tonight.
J.J. Day is going to start right next to Casey Roderick, and I tell you what, J.J. Day certainly couldn't be the favorite. He was a favorite a couple of years ago, back in 2017, when he won the championship and had problems in that race. J.J. Day will start fourth outside row number 2, and then you got a few newcomers. From there on back, you got John Heil, who's not a newcomer, former modified champion. He knows how to get at the victory lane. Dustin Smith, the same, out of Mobile. He'll be running late model later on this week. He'll start outside row number 4 in that 33 machine. And then right behind those guys, Bill, two-time Pro Truck champion, the 2018 champion. Then he kind of struggled for a couple of years and then found his way back in championship form this season. Logan Boyette in that 8 car will start inside row number 5 in the 9th position as the 82 comes to pit road.
Got some big-time outlaw drivers in this race. J.J. Day, the first one of them in the lineup. John Heil, of course, and Logan Boyette.
2 to go at the line. It's a combination of patience and urgency. You don't want to get off too fast early in this race, so you're going to burn up the right rear, but you certainly don't want the leader who will be in clean air, and we will talk about clean air a lot this week at the Snowball Derby. It is important. Just ask Derek Thorne. So clean air is very important in all divisions here at Five Flags Speedway. So you don't want to let the leaders get too far ahead of you, even though this is a little bit longer race. It's still a short race, pretty much a shootout.
I think everybody was surprised by Alan Carter, who's been here a few times, but boy, he laid a lap down. He'll be on the pole from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, regular at the Nashville Fairgrounds. What a great run.
Green furl flag up in the air from veteran track official, former race director, now flagman Dan Spence. As the lights go out on the Allen Turner Hyundai and all around the famed half-mile oval, for the first time, they stack them up 2 by 2 by 2. Welcome to night number 1. Welcome to race number 1. It's the Pro Trucks at the 55th Annual Snowball Derby. Alan Carter has the advantage at the drop of the green flag as they go through 1 and 2. Now to the back straightaway. Carter has the lead. There goes Casey Roderick side by side with the 10 car, J.J. Day and Christensen. Christensen is struggling on the outside as lap number 1 goes to the 3 machine.
It was a great start for the inside row. Alan Carter and Casey Roderick, both first and third starting positions out front now.
Christensen still trying to find his place in line as here comes a blue 47 of the Dustin Bryson. Bryson trying to get clear of that 45 machine. Here comes a two-time champion, Logan Boyette, in the white number 9. Boyette tries to force the 47. Christensen's going to force his way to the inside. Contact from Logan Boyette, our first of the Derby. Boyette gets around the 45.
That is some serious racing from 4th back to 9th spot. Those guys are stacked in with their front bumpers against the tailgate of the guy in front of them.
Christensen doing everything he can to get in line as he is hung out to dry. The race car just cannot handle the outside line. Finally, he slides in front of the 30 of John Heil. My goodness, a disaster of a start for Seth Christensen, the 2-time winner this season. That 45 machine has fallen back.
Logan Boyette continues to hold back everybody behind him, and they're stacked up in a single file behind the number 9.
So things start to reset here as Alan Carter, Casey Roderick, 1-2. There is the other number 9. That is Chris Wagner and the 01 of Trace Capers. Capers, who started 6th. He has fallen back quite a bit himself, so Capers in the 01 just not what he needed either, as Gale is right behind him. So there goes the 01 diving to the inside. Trace Capers, who started Outside row number 3 now battling for the 12th spot as he clears the 9 of Wagner. Now there comes the 64 of Bubba Gale, the veteran, now out of the Carolinas. Former local driver making the trek back to Pensacola for the Snowball Derby.
Chris Wagner having a great run in that other number 9. Now on Racing America, we're watching the battle for the lead held by Alan Carter since the first green flag. Casey Roderick about 2 truck lengths behind him, number 79.
Well, I tell you what, despite the experience of Alan Carter, I don't know if I would. Casey Roderick, as look at these guys playing tag through 3 and 4. That's the 18 of Chopper Stackner. He's got the company of Maddox Lincoln in the black number 1. And then Trace Capers seems to have settled down for now. 56 of Darrell Rudd leads that train for now. 10 laps gone by just like that. 40 to go here in our opening race of the Snowball Derby.
Bubba Gale trying to come from deep in the pack, coming up on the back of the 01 of Trace Capers. There's a legend champion leading a late model champion.
Yeah,
01
right.
over 64.
So Capers, as you heard Bill say earlier tonight, in qualifying, very successful in Legends. Bubba Gale, very successful in late models back in his day. That's what I love about this sport, the combination of talent all throughout the country. No matter what age you are, you go shoulder to shoulder with some of the best every single year at the Derby. There is the 18 machine once again of Chopper Stackner.
Chopper Stackner able to hold it into the top 10. He's going to have some challenges there from Maddox Langham, the number 1, right on his tailgate.
Maddox Langham, who finished 3rd in the championship this year. Here comes the 45. Oh. Seth Christensen trying to rebound from the initial start of this race. Christensen dives to the inside of Dustin Smith. That is for 6th.
Big move by the youngster from Georgia in the 45.
So one of the many Georgia drivers, Casey Roderick, running 2nd. Originally from Georgia, now hailing out of Mississippi. But Christensen able, once we got some heat in those tires, it looks like that 45 Chevrolet is handling nice. Here comes the 01 of Capers now to the inside of Maddox Langham. That's going to be for 11th.
Racing is good as it gets all the way back through the pack, and behind Maddox Langham, the great Bubba Gale.
A lot of give and take in the early going of this race. Bubba Gale maybe a little bit loose out of turn number 1 as he tries to close the gap on Maddox Langham. 2 veterans and 2 big-time families of racing right there in that 1 and 64. 32 laps remaining next time across the stripe. As you are watching the battle for 12th.
Clean and green so far for Alan Carter, who last lap by had a 9/10 of a second advantage over Casey Roderick.
And I think Casey Roderick's just certainly just waiting for the opportunity. Might as well save it. He's in good position. No challenge from behind, and J.J. Day, Alan Carter, top 5 earlier this year, Bill, and that's what's surprising. Carter really has not been up front on a regular basis here at Five Flags Speedway, and here he is in the early going of the Snowball Derby, dominating.
I'll tell you where he is up front. That's up at the Nashville Fairgrounds. He made 1 visit to Five Flags this year before coming here to the Snowball Derby.
So Alan Carter, you know, as Bill stated, done very well in other parts of the country, but winning here at Five Flags Speedway is a whole different story as we go back to the battle for 7th. The 33 of Dustin Smith, who finished 6th in the title, has that veteran of John Heil right behind him. John Heil, former winner in the USRA Super Late Model Series over in Texas. He sits in the 8th spot in that blue and black number 30 machine.
These guys are all stretched out in a single file around the racetrack, which can happen in a big race like this.
Yep.
No dice roll, no bottle draw. If you were the fastest guy, you were on the pole. If you were the slowest guy, you were on the tail end.
And you're seeing exactly what we were talking about earlier, the advantage of clean air. If they get strung out like this plays into the hand of Alan Carter. Now, lap traffic could be a problem if we stay green as we come to the halfway point. Next time across, 25 laps down, 25 to go. Cross flags at the stand. We're halfway in the opening race of the Snowball Derby as we look on the battle for 5th. Logan Boyette, two-time champion this year at Five Flag Speedway. He's got the 45 of Seth Christensen right behind him. Boyette with 3 wins this year. Christensen with 2 himself, so a combined 5 wins between the drivers on your screen right now.
When Alan Carter gets to the flag stand, you're going to see Dan Spence give him crossed flags. It'll be 25 complete. Now it's 27.
Well, we're past halfway, Bill.
27 now with 23 to go.
There you go. So there is a 16. And I tell you, we have got good racing going on all around the track right now. There's Chopper Stackner. He's got Trace Capers on back of him. While Stackner's got the rear view mirror filled up, he's trying to close in on the 56 of Darrell Rudd.
Chopper Stackner, the visiting driver in the Jesse Reed truck. I think he'd be happy with the top 10. That's exactly where he is now, 10 spot.
So Stackner trying to hold on to it, but Trace Capers really turning up the volume.
Boy, he drove it hard into the third turn.
I think he tried to get Stackner just a little bit squirmy coming out of 4 so he can set himself up going into 2. But Capers is going to be careful because here comes the one at Maddox Lingham. The Lingham family, who are very good no matter what division here at Five Flag Speedway.
Seth Christensen continues his move toward the front. We're showing back around the top 10 on Racing America, but Christensen has passed Logan Boyette for 4th spot.
31 laps complete, 19 to go here in the Zoom Equipment Pro Truck Division at the Snowball Derby. Coming up next, the Dock on Pensacola Beach Sportsman Division and their 50-lap feature. There is Christensen. He has found his way to 4th. He started 2nd, fell back. Remember, got hung out the dry. Now he has settled in nicely.
That outside road just did not go in the original start. So Seth Christensen paid a price for that. He's worked his way back up to 4th after being freight trained.
But the gap between him and 3rd place is 3.7 seconds, so he's got a little bit of work to do to catch J.J. Day.
Alan Carter's going to come up on some lap traffic here. Right there, he does come up on lap traffic.
Whoa, boy. See that 82 machine start to come up out of the entry of 1. May have had the white knuckles there for a second for Alan Carter. Man, no wonder he is so successful up in the Tennessee area. Alan Carter, like we said, just a top 5 earlier this year at Five Flag Speedway. Not a name we're used to saying up front. And now he's done a magnificent job to sandwich lap traffic between him and Roderick. You see Roderick have to back off just a little bit because the timing wasn't right. This is going to open up the lead for Alan Carter.
1.3 seconds over Roderick when they crossed the stripe that time.
There's
Alan Carter's on a drive here.
Darrell Rudd. This has been probably the best race of the night right now between Rudd, Chopper Stackner, and Trace Capers. They are matching each other blow for blow, lap for lap, 37 laps complete. What an interesting start to this Snowball Derby. Things have really spread out as we get closer and closer to 10 laps remaining.
Lapping more traffic on the back straightaway. That's J.J. Day lapping the 9 of Chris Wagner.
Battle for 8th on your screen. Our eyes trying to keep track of what's going on throughout the rest of the racetrack as you look at the 01 of Capers.
At 8th, 9th, and 10th is a battle between Rudd, Stagner, and Trace Capers.
10 to go, 10 laps remaining here as Capers dives to the inside out of turn number 2. He had a nice run there, but just maybe broke his momentum a little bit with contact with the 18. So Chopper Stagner trying to hold on to that 9th spot. Things starting to get interesting, and the reason why, if we stay green, we may have the leader sneak up on him. We'll see. 8 laps to go next time for our leaders. Oh my, the 56 got loose. Here comes Stagner to the inside of Darrell Rudd. But Stagner went in too shallow. Now here comes Capers to the outside.
That's quite a battle just to stay in the top 10. They are going after a tooth and nail.
So Rudd opened up the inside, but Stagner was not ready for it. That opens up the outside for Capers, and now we're side by side for the 9th spot. Can Capers, he's going to slide it. Can he clear him? No. Stagner back to the inside. Still door to door. One of the few side-by-side racing activity. Oh, contact.
Speaking of door to door, that was door on door.
Stagner gets loose as a result of the contact, and now he's forced to relinquish that spot to Capers, and now here's the one of Langham and Bubba Gale in the 64.
That's the veteran 64 Gale against the youngster, number 1, Maddox Langham.
5 laps to go here in the Pro Truck feature race at the Derby. If we stay on these guys, man, the leader is coming. Alan Carter is probably just a couple tenths behind him as he crosses the line. Casey Roderick doing everything he can to close on Alan Carter with 4 to go. The gap is 0.8 of a second. If Casey Roderick has anything left, now is the time. 3 to go. Can Alan Carter lead every single lap? Roderick looking for 3 checkered flags at the Derby this year. Now Carter may catch lap traffic. And the timing could be disastrous with 2 laps remaining. Roderick is closing, but just barely. He's going to need some help from the slower cars in front of him. White flag this time around for the Tennessee driver. Loose out of 4, but he's only got a half mile to go. Roderick is closer. Is he going to run out of time to the back straightaway? From Murfreesboro, Tennessee, the 3 machine, Alan Carter, wins at the Snowball Derby. Casey Roderick comes away with 2nd. And J.J. Day is 3rd. Alan Carter, flag to flag, from green to checkered. He's our first winner at the 55th annual Snowball Derby. He'll bring it into the Michelson Booth Accident and Injury Lawyers Victory Lane. Wow. I would say a surprising win, but not too surprising. Came close earlier this year in his warm-up race to the Derby. Gets it done, makes the adjustments he needs. Alan Carter in Victory Lane.